If you're a diehard Browns fan and love breaking down the game like we do, hit that subscribe button and turn on the bell so you never miss a blitz. The ripple effect of Flacco's rumored departure extends beyond roster logistics, influencing fan sentiment, team morale, and league-wide quarterback strategies. Within Cleveland, locker room insiders suggest that players are processing a mix of emotions, balancing respect for Flacco's contributions with anticipation for new opportunities emerging from the shakeup. Analysts speculate on how the change will affect play calling, offensive cohesion, and preseason preparation, while fans passionately debate which young quarterback might rise to the occasion. Meanwhile, Flacco's rumored new environment presents its own set of challenges and opportunities, with sources hinting at potential mentorship roles, starting competition, and performance incentives embedded in the trade's terms. Observers note that such trades, executed quietly and strategically, often carry long-term consequences, shaping not only immediate gameplay, but also future draft positioning, salary cap management, and team culture. Social media engagement is at an all-time high, with fan communities dissecting leaked reports, imagining potential outcomes, and debating the wisdom of Cleveland's approach. In this climate of rumor and speculation, the story of Joe Flacco's secret trade is captivating audiences nationwide, blending the thrill of uncertainty with the high stakes of professional football intrigue. Rumors continue to swirl regarding the precise motivations behind the Browns' decision, with some insiders suggesting that the front office aimed to free up salary cap space, while others argue the move reflects a philosophical pivot toward developing younger talent. The duality of strategy and secrecy has fueled debates among pundits and fans, raising questions about timing, leadership, and risk tolerance. Reports indicate that Flacco was kept in the dark until the trade was effectively finalized, a maneuver designed to maintain leverage and prevent potential complications in negotiations. Analysts are now examining historical parallels, comparing this move to other high-profile trades executed with minimal public awareness, and assessing potential long-term ramifications for both Cleveland and the receiving team. Meanwhile, Flacco's reputation as a steady veteran with playoff experience positions him as a valuable asset in new quarterback-needy scenarios, providing intrigue about his potential impact and role. Social media chatter reflects a mixture of excitement, skepticism, and curiosity, as fanbases dissect the implications for draft strategy, offensive schemes, and locker room leadership. The clandestine nature of the trade underscores the evolving dynamics of modern NFL management, where discretion, strategic foresight, and timing converge to produce outcomes that ripple across the league in dramatic fashion. Sources indicate that Flacco's rumored transition could herald a significant narrative shift in the quarterback market, influencing perceptions of veteran value, trade timing, and strategic risk-taking. Analysts emphasize that such moves, executed with secrecy, often carry both immediate impact and long-term consequences, affecting draft decisions, free agent strategies, and overall roster construction. Fans and media outlets are dissecting leaked details, projecting potential performance outcomes, and speculating about which emerging quarterbacks might benefit from the altered landscape in Cleveland. Inside the league, executives reportedly monitor reactions closely, assessing whether the trade sets precedent for similar maneuvers in the future. The intrigue surrounding Flacco's career trajectory, coupled with the clandestine nature of his departure, has generated heightened anticipation and discussion across sports media channels. Observers note that the situation exemplifies the high-stakes, complex, and sometimes unpredictable world of NFL management, where player movement, strategic discretion, and fan engagement intersect in fascinating ways. Meanwhile, Flacco prepares for the next chapter in his career, navigating uncertainty while maintaining professional focus, as the NFL community eagerly watches to see how this rumored trade reshapes both his path and the competitive dynamics of the league as a whole. Insiders speculate that the Browns' secret trade of Flacco might not only be a tactical roster move, but also a statement of intent regarding the franchise's approach to competitiveness, talent development, and market positioning. Sources suggest that the front office, aware of both the strategic advantages and the media scrutiny inherent in such a move, deliberately maintained discretion to maximize leverage while controlling narrative flow. Analysts are debating the potential ripple effects on upcoming drafts, free agency, and team chemistry, noting that the departure of a seasoned quarterback often triggers adjustments across multiple dimensions of team planning. Social media continues to buzz with reactions ranging from incredulity to excitement, as fans attempt to process the sudden shakeup and imagine how the Browns' offensive dynamics will evolve without Flacco at the helm. Meanwhile, the quarterback's rumored new environment is seen as a potential opportunity for him to assert his experience and leadership, while also navigating a competitive quarterback room. Observers highlight that trades conducted in secrecy are increasingly rare in today's transparent media landscape, making this maneuver particularly intriguing. As speculation and rumors swirl, the story of Flacco's sudden departure encapsulates the drama, strategy, and unpredictability that define NFL operations, leaving both fans and analysts on edge as they await official confirmation and further developments. The final whispers surrounding Flacco's rumored trade suggest that both the Browns and the quarterback's new team approached the negotiation with meticulous planning, aiming to execute a deal that balanced performance, potential, and financial considerations. Sources hint at complex contractual terms, including performance incentives, conditional future draft considerations, and clauses designed to protect the interests of both parties. Analysts are dissecting every leaked detail, weighing the implications for team morale, roster construction, and future competitive strategy. Fans continue to speculate about which young quarterback in Cleveland might step into a more prominent role, with debates intensifying across forums, social media, and sports commentary platforms. The intrigue surrounding this rumored trade has reignited discussion about the value of veteran quarterbacks, the role of secrecy in professional negotiations, and the strategic decisions that shape modern NFL franchises. Observers emphasize that Flacco's experience and leadership could prove pivotal in his new environment, whether as a starting quarterback or mentor figure, while the Browns navigate a transitional phase that tests both organizational strategy and fan patience. This clandestine move, enveloped in speculation and rumor, has captured the imagination of the football world, exemplifying the drama, strategy, and unexpected twists that make the NFL an endlessly fascinating spectacle. The intrigue surrounding Odell Beckham Jr.'s signing with the Cleveland Browns continues to ripple through the NFL community, with rumors suggesting that the move could spark a wave of strategic adjustments not only within Cleveland but across the league as teams scramble to counter the potential threat he represents. Sources close to the situation whisper about secret sessions in the team's facility, where coaches reportedly pored over plays and potential formations, attempting to design a system that optimally leverages Beckham's unique skill set while balancing the strengths and weaknesses of other offensive players. Analysts speculate that these sessions might involve experimental routes, motion setups, and unconventional matchups designed to give Beckham space and leverage, ensuring that defenses are forced into challenging, unpredictable decisions. Fans online are buzzing with speculation about how this might affect the quarterback's performance, wondering whether chemistry will click immediately or if early season growing pains could lead to miscommunications and costly turnovers, feeding even more debate across sports forums and comment sections. Merchandise speculation alone is becoming a phenomenon, with social media posts showcasing potential jersey designs, highlight graphics, and fan art, suggesting that Beckham's brand influence could rival or even surpass the impact of his on-field contributions. Behind-the-scenes whispers hint at a delicate balance between high expectations and team cohesion, with some insiders suggesting that veteran leadership within the locker room could either welcome the added talent with open arms or face challenges in recalibrating roles, workloads, and the overall team dynamic. The mere mention of his name has sparked fervent chatter about possible matchups against divisional rivals, playoff implications, and the psychological effect on opposing defenses, all contributing to a narrative that feels part rumor, part strategic analysis, and entirely electric in fan anticipation. Even casual observers are drawn in, captivated by the drama and potential spectacle, as if every throw, catch, and touchdown in the upcoming season will carry the weight of unfolding a story that began months before on whispers, leaks, and hints of Beckham in Browns colors. This tension between expectation and speculation fuels a continuous cycle of debate, hype, and prediction, creating a cultural moment that transcends the usual off-season chatter. elevating Beckham's rumored signing to the status of a phenomenon that will dominate headlines, social media threads, and YouTube videos for weeks, perhaps months, as fans, analysts, and insiders alike navigate the fine line between rumor and reality, eager to witness the first tangible impact of a star whose presence is already reshaping the narrative around an entire franchise. Speculation continues to mount as sources hint that Odell Beckham Jr.'s rumored presence in Cleveland could significantly affect the team's marketing, media coverage, and fan engagement, transforming ordinary preseason anticipation into a spectacle fueled by social media campaigns, viral memes, and widespread media analysis. Fans are theorizing endlessly about potential highlight reel plays that could define the season, with social media timelines flooded with mock scenarios, animated GIFs, and predictions about Beckham's immediate impact on the team's offensive output. Industry insiders whisper that front office strategies may involve careful management of public relations, ticket sales, and merchandise launches to capitalize on the hype, while ensuring the narrative remains focused on on-field performance, balancing spectacle with strategic growth. Analysts on sports talk shows debate endlessly over whether the Browns can maximize Beckham's talents within existing schemes or whether a complete overhaul of passing strategies is necessary, with rumored playbooks and possible route combinations fueling wild speculation. Fans imagine stadiums roaring with energy every time Beckham steps on the field, envisioning the effects of his presence on home field advantage and the psychological edge it could provide in close games. Rumors even suggest subtle contract incentives that reward explosive plays, further feeding the narrative that the Browns are banking on both performance and marketability in equal measure. Social media chatter amplifies every leak, every cryptic comment from the player himself, and even the most minor reports about training sessions, with enthusiasts parsing each detail to predict outcomes weeks or even months ahead. Speculation extends to fantasy football landscapes, as analysts consider how Beckham's addition might shift rankings, affect draft strategies, and alter player valuations, creating layers of discussion that extend far beyond the confines of Cleveland or even the NFL itself. Within locker rooms and fan communities, debates swirl over leadership dynamics, with whispers suggesting that Beckham's arrival could either strengthen camaraderie through mentorship and energy or challenge established hierarchies, fueling narratives that keep speculation alive across forums, podcasts, and YouTube videos. The buzz surrounding this rumored signing, whether fact or speculation, continues to dominate conversations and influence perceptions of the Browns' trajectory, transforming a single acquisition into a multifaceted storyline that transcends football itself, blending hype, strategy, and culture into a narrative that refuses to fade before the first whistle of the season. Whispers from sources close to the Browns hint at potential ripple effects of Odell Beckham Jr.'s rumored addition on team culture, player dynamics, and even coaching strategies, with insiders suggesting that practices could be tailored to integrate his skills seamlessly while testing the adaptability of existing players. Fans are buzzing with speculative excitement about how Beckham's presence might influence not just the offense but the defense's preparation, with rivals potentially adjusting their schemes preemptively to counter his explosiveness, creating layers of strategic chess that feed analysts' discussions and online debates. Rumor mills suggest that the quarterback, in particular, will undergo an intensive process to build chemistry with Beckham, involving extra practice sessions, film study, and scenario-based simulations designed to anticipate every possible coverage or defensive adjustment. Observers on social media dissect training updates, cryptic posts, and even anecdotal reports from teammates to predict how quickly the pair can synchronize on deep routes, slant patterns, and contested catches, imagining game situations where Beckham's agility and leaping ability turn critical third-down conversions into highlight reel moments that dominate sports news cycles. Some insiders speculate that the coaching staff is considering creative offensive packages, leveraging Beckham's athleticism to stretch the field, create mismatches, and maintain unpredictability against formidable defenses, suggesting that his role could go beyond traditional wide receiver duties. Fans engage in animated debates about whether this could redefine the Browns' identity, shift team morale, and even influence future draft strategies or trades, as rumors swirl about long-term plans involving Beckham and potential impact on the development of younger receivers. Analysts on podcasts speculate about the psychological impact of such a high-profile acquisition, with suggestions that team confidence, fan enthusiasm, and media coverage could surge simultaneously, creating a feedback loop of expectation, excitement, and scrutiny that places Beckham at the center of both performance and perception. The potential narrative extends beyond statistics, encompassing the cultural, commercial, and emotional dimensions of football fandom, where every practice observation, pre-game comment, or social media post feeds speculation, anticipation, and storytelling that keeps the fan base engaged throughout the offseason. In essence, the rumor of Beckham joining the Browns has ignited conversations that weave together the athletic, strategic, and human elements of football, creating a layered narrative that thrives on suspense, possibility, and the unrelenting desire to witness star talent impact a franchise on multiple levels, from field performance to fan culture. The speculation around Odell Beckham Jr.'s rumored arrival in Cleveland is now reaching fever pitch, with sources suggesting that even subtle movements within the organization are being scrutinized as potential signs of imminent impact, from training camp schedules to unofficial team gatherings where Beckham might make a presence felt before the season officially begins. Fans online are dissecting every update, from cryptic tweets to video snippets, trying to anticipate the synergy between Beckham and the existing roster, particularly the quarterback, whose comfort with the new star receiver could dictate early season performance and set the tone for team morale. Rumors indicate that coaches may be experimenting with unconventional formations and route combinations, tailoring offensive strategies to exploit Beckham's agility, speed, and catching ability while also maintaining balance across the passing attack, with insiders hinting at pre-planned scenarios designed to create mismatches against defensive personnel. Analysts speculate endlessly about potential highlight plays that could become defining moments of the season, imagining contested catches, sideline toe taps, and leaping grabs that energize fans and dominate social media, further fueling the hype surrounding his integration. Merchandising and marketing speculation runs parallel, with fans creating mock jerseys, video edits, and fan-made promotional material, anticipating a surge in popularity that could redefine the Browns' cultural footprint. Sources whisper that internal discussions about leadership dynamics are ongoing, with Beckham's arrival potentially shifting locker room hierarchies, influencing team cohesion, and motivating players to elevate their own performances. Every practice report, every interview snippet, and even casual social media interactions are dissected for hidden meaning, with online communities debating whether Beckham's presence will catalyze a genuine resurgence or place undue pressure on the roster, creating a tension-filled narrative that blends speculation, excitement, and anticipation in a way that makes the offseason feel like playoff-level drama. Analysts note that such star acquisitions have historically had ripple effects far beyond the field, potentially impacting draft priorities, trade considerations, and even coaching strategies in a multi-layered chess game that keeps fans, commentators, and insiders endlessly engaged. In this climate of speculation, the line between rumor and reality blurs, creating a story that thrives on mystery, anticipation, and the magnetic pull of Beckham's persona, making Cleveland the epicenter of NFL attention even before the first whistle of the regular season. Insiders suggest that the rumored signing of Odell Beckham Jr. may also influence the Browns' defensive approach, as coaches anticipate how opponents might adjust their schemes to contain the explosive receiver, prompting preemptive planning and scenario-based drills designed to prepare the entire team for heightened scrutiny. Fans online are already theorizing about adjustments, imagining defenses keying on Beckham in critical moments, which could open opportunities for other receivers and create dynamic challenges that require both strategic thinking and improvisational skill. Rumors indicate that coaching staff may be implementing layered practice regimens, including situational drills, coverage variations, and quarterback-receiver synchronization exercises, all aimed at optimizing chemistry and minimizing miscommunication on high-stakes plays. Analysts debate the potential impact on team identity, speculating whether Beckham's presence might shift the Browns toward a more pass-centric offense or whether creative hybrid schemes could maintain balance while exploiting his unique abilities. Social media buzz amplifies every small detail, from locker room photos to cryptic quotes, feeding fan speculation and creating an immersive narrative that extends beyond game day performance. Merchandise and ticket sales projections hint at a cultural ripple effect, as Beckham's popularity could drive engagement across digital and physical channels, reinforcing the narrative that his signing is as much a strategic and marketing move as an athletic one. Sources whisper that the integration process is being closely monitored, with veteran players potentially mentoring Beckham while adjusting to his influence, balancing star power with team cohesion to avoid disruptions in morale. Fantasy football circles explode with predictions, weighing how Beckham's addition could shift rankings, redefine positional value, and influence weekly strategy, further layering the narrative with community-driven speculation. Analysts highlight the psychological effect on opposing teams, suggesting that even the threat of Beckham's presence could alter defensive aggression, opening lanes for complementary players and influencing game outcomes in subtle but critical ways. Ultimately, the rumor of Beckham joining the Browns has evolved into a multi-dimensional story, blending athleticism, strategy, fan culture, and media dynamics into a continuously unfolding narrative that dominates conversation, speculation, and anticipation. Enjoying the content so far? Smash that like button and drop your take in the comments. We want to hear what you think about the Browns this season. Rumors continue to suggest that Odell Beckham Jr.'s integration into the Cleveland Browns might extend beyond the field, impacting training regimens, media strategies, and internal dynamics in ways that ripple through every aspect of the franchise. Fans online are crafting elaborate scenarios in which Beckham's arrival could catalyze immediate offensive improvements, imagining sequences of plays where his route-running precision, leaping catches, and field awareness turn critical downs into game-changing moments. Sources whisper that coaches may be conducting extensive reviews of defensive tendencies, identifying opportunities to exploit Beckham's strengths, and simulating high-pressure situations to test his adaptability and chemistry with quarterbacks under varying conditions. Analysts speculate on long-term ramifications, considering whether Beckham's presence could influence future draft strategies, salary cap allocations, and team-building priorities, particularly in crafting a supporting cast that maximizes his effectiveness while maintaining roster balance. Social media communities dissect every hint, every photograph, and every practice update, fueling discussions about Beckham's readiness, potential role, and impact on team culture, with fan theories ranging from cautious optimism to outright euphoria. Marketing speculation mirrors athletic speculation, as the possibility of jersey sales surging, stadium attendance spiking, and brand partnerships emerging creates a narrative where Beckham's influence transcends statistics, shaping public perception and cultural engagement. Internal dynamics also draw attention, with rumors hinting at locker room negotiations, subtle shifts in leadership roles, and mentorship opportunities that could affect both veteran players and emerging talent, reinforcing the idea that Beckham's presence has a multi-layered impact. Analysts note that even indirect effects, such as defensive adjustments by opposing teams and strategic considerations during critical games, could amplify his significance, suggesting that his rumored signing operates on multiple levels simultaneously. Online chatter explores hypothetical scenarios where Beckham's performance becomes a defining storyline, influencing playoff trajectories, media coverage, and team morale, adding layers of suspense and anticipation that keep fans engaged throughout the offseason. Every detail, real or speculative, contributes to a narrative that positions Beckham not merely as a player, but as a catalyst for change, excitement, and speculation that permeates Cleveland and extends across the NFL landscape, creating an ongoing story of intrigue and expectation. Speculation surrounding Odell Beckham Jr.'s potential impact on the Cleveland Browns' 2025 campaign has reached an almost feverish pitch, with rumors suggesting that even minor adjustments in play calling, formation, and timing could be influenced by his anticipated presence. Fans online debate endlessly about possible quarterback-receiver combinations, imagining how precise throws, deep routes, and sideline catches could transform game day momentum into highlight reels that define the season. Sources hint that coaches may be implementing layered training scenarios designed to optimize chemistry, stress test situational plays, and ensure that both Beckham and his teammates are prepared for the intensity of regular season competition. Analysts weigh the strategic implications, exploring whether the offense will lean more heavily on passing schemes or whether innovative hybrid approaches might maintain balance while capitalizing on Beckham's unique skill set. Rumors also suggest that his influence could extend to leadership dynamics, motivating teammates to elevate performance, adjusting locker room hierarchies, and potentially redefining team culture as a whole. Social media buzz amplifies each development, from cryptic posts to pre-game footage, creating a narrative that merges speculation, excitement, and anticipation, blurring the line between rumor and reality. Merchandise projections, ticket sales, and fan engagement metrics hint at a commercial ripple effect, suggesting Beckham's presence could reshape Cleveland's visibility nationally and even globally. Analysts note the psychological component, with opposing defenses potentially altering strategies simply due to the threat of Beckham's abilities, creating indirect advantages that extend beyond statistical measures. Fantasy football enthusiasts dissect hypothetical usage patterns, target shares, and weekly scoring potential, contributing to an ecosystem of debate and anticipation. Ultimately, every practice observation, social media snippet, and rumor feeds an unfolding narrative where Beckham's presence promises to be transformative, extending beyond statistics into strategy, culture, and the collective imagination of fans and analysts alike. Whispers in sports media circles suggest that Beckham's rumored arrival has already begun to affect the Browns' off-season strategies, with sources hinting at specialized coaching sessions, focused route-running drills, and scenario-based exercises designed to integrate his explosive talent seamlessly. Fans online imagine dynamic combinations where Beckham's precision, speed, and leaping ability could transform critical third-down plays into electrifying, game-changing moments, creating highlight reels that dominate social media and sports shows alike. Analysts speculate on the strategic ripple effects, exploring how defenses might adjust, the quarterback's adaptation curve, and potential shifts in play-calling philosophies, with discussions frequently referencing historical precedents of star acquisitions reshaping team identity. Rumors also suggest internal recalibrations in leadership, motivation, and mentorship, as Beckham's presence could energize some teammates while challenging existing hierarchies, creating a layered narrative of potential tension, adaptation, and inspiration. Social media communities dissect every subtle signal, from cryptic comments to practice footage, amplifying speculation and creating a feedback loop that drives both hype and analytical discourse. Merchandise, branding, and ticket sale expectations also fuel the narrative, with observers predicting an uptick in fan engagement, jersey purchases, and nationwide attention. Analysts further explore the psychological impact on opponents, suggesting that the threat of Beckham's presence could alter defensive aggressiveness, opening opportunities for complementary players and strategic play-calling advantages. Fantasy football discussions intersect with real-world speculation, weighing potential target shares, scoring potential, and positional shifts, creating an intricate web of analysis that spans multiple dimensions of the sport. Ultimately, Beckham's rumored signing operates simultaneously on athletic, cultural, and commercial planes, making it one of the most compelling storylines of the NFL offseason and a topic destined to dominate conversation, analysis, and imagination. Fans, analysts, and insiders alike continue to navigate rumor, expectation, and possibility, as the narrative surrounding Beckham grows increasingly immersive, complex, and exciting with every passing day, reflecting the multifaceted impact of a superstar in a storied franchise. The Browns' rumored acquisition of Odell Beckham Jr. has ignited a frenzy that extends beyond athletic performance into cultural relevance, fan engagement, and media spectacle, with sources hinting at intricate planning behind the scenes to maximize his impact. Fans theorize endlessly about potential combinations, imagining sequences where Beckham's speed, agility, and signature leaping catches create momentum swings, energize stadiums, and generate viral content that dominates social platforms. Analysts suggest that coaching staff may be designing hybrid offensive packages, situational plays, and coverage-beating schemes to integrate Beckham seamlessly, while also considering long-term roster implications, salary cap management, and complementary talent development. Rumors indicate that leadership dynamics in the locker room are a focus, with veteran players potentially mentoring Beckham while balancing team cohesion, motivation, and morale, creating a layered narrative that extends far beyond statistics. Social media buzz and merchandise speculation amplify the excitement, projecting surges in jersey sales, attendance, and brand visibility, with fans imagining stadiums filled with enthusiasm every time Beckham steps on the field. Observers also consider strategic ripple effects on opponents, as defenses may adjust aggressiveness, coverage schemes, and game planning simply to mitigate his influence, indirectly benefiting teammates and altering the landscape of matchups. Fantasy football enthusiasts dissect these possibilities, exploring target shares, scoring potential, and weekly strategy, adding another dimension to the narrative. Media outlets and YouTube channels further propagate analysis, rumors, and speculation, feeding fan conversation and maintaining anticipation throughout the offseason. In essence, Beckham's rumored signing represents a multi-dimensional phenomenon, blending athleticism, strategy, culture, and commerce into a narrative that captivates, excites, and dominates conversation, positioning Cleveland as a focal point of NFL attention before a single game is played, while the anticipation and speculation promise to shape storylines, rivalries, and fan engagement well into the season. Finally, the ongoing rumor mill surrounding Odell Beckham Jr. and the Cleveland Browns has created a layered narrative that merges speculation, anticipation, and fan excitement into an intricate web of storylines, analysis, and cultural fascination. Sources whisper about training adjustments, targeted offensive strategies, and scenario-based drills designed to harness Beckham's exceptional athleticism, while fans imagine highlight catches, game-changing plays, and momentum-altering sequences that could define both his tenure and the Browns' season. Analysts weigh the strategic implications, considering how defenses might adjust, how the quarterback-receiver chemistry could evolve, and how team culture and locker room dynamics may shift under the influence of a star addition. Social media engagement and fan communities fuel this narrative, amplifying each snippet, post, or rumor into a broader discussion that spans across YouTube channels, podcasts, and sports forums, creating an immersive, multi-platform experience. Merchandise, branding, and ticket sale speculation suggest a commercial dimension, reinforcing Beckham's potential influence beyond statistics or on-field performance, while fantasy football discussions layer additional analysis, predictions, and debate onto an already complex story. Every aspect of the rumored signing, from minor practice observations to cryptic social media interactions, contributes to a narrative that is both intricate and compelling, blurring the line between rumor and reality in a way that keeps fans, analysts, and insiders perpetually engaged. The story embodies the convergence of athletic prowess, media spectacle, and cultural resonance, transforming Beckham's potential move into a phenomenon that captivates attention far beyond Cleveland. It is a saga fueled by possibility, intrigue, and imagination, demonstrating how a single high-profile acquisition can ripple through strategy, culture, and perception, making every update, speculation, and discussion an essential part of the evolving narrative surrounding Odell Beckham Jr. and the Browns. As anticipation builds, the entire NFL ecosystem watches, debates, and dreams, proving that some moves, whether confirmed or rumored, become legendary simply for the conversations, scenarios, and excitement they generate, with Beckham at the center of a narrative that promises to define a season long before the first whistle sounds. Thanks for riding with us on another Browns Blitz. If you liked the video, share it with a fellow fan, hit subscribe, and ring that bell so you're always part of the Dawg Pound conversation. Go Browns!